A big thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this week's video.
The house may be looking kind of crazy, but it is your last day on Maui, so I feel like we gotta go do something.
It's really crazy, but it's true. I'm leaving Hawaii tomorrow. I'm too pregnant to stay here, and we've changed our mind about everything. And we're gonna have the baby at home, and we've decided we're actually moving. So this is gonna be a massive change of plans, but we're really excited and have so much to explain and so much to tell you about it. But it's also my last day on Maui, so I want to have a really good time. So we're picking up our friend and we're gonna go explore and enjoy the island a bit because, yeah, it's my last day. Okay, we are off to go pick up our friend Sarah. She lives down the road, and I'm really excited to spend our last day with her because it's just been really special, I think, to meet such good people here. And while we are leaving, I do think that like making lifelong friends has been like one of the most special things about coming here. So we just wrapped up at the market and we're headed to the Iao Valley, which is going to be really beautiful. I was worried that it was going to be pouring rain, and it might rain a little bit, but I think that we should get some sun in there, and it's a really special spot. So I think it's a good way to end my time in Hawaii. Behind another white Tacoma. Next stop, the beach. We just wrapped up and went swimming, and whoa, big bus. Oh my gosh. These roads are so tiny. But we just finished swimming at the Iao Valley, and it was really refreshing. The water was freezing, but now we're gonna go warm up at the beach, I think. Driving down this bumpy dirt road one last time as Lou takes me to the airport. And it's like just so wild to think about, honestly, how many special memories like we've made on this road alone. Just bringing Freya home that first day, and like the amount of walks that we've done, taking her up and down. We've made such good friends on the road too. I think that's the thing, the memories that are gonna be the most special, honestly, is the ones with Freya. Obviously finding out we're pregnant, that was like incredible, and like the pregnancy in general, but really like the amount of incredible people that we've gotten to meet and like become close friends with here, like that is something that I wasn't expecting. Like it's really hard to connect with people, and I didn't think that we would end up making friends so quickly and such good ones. but that's like something I'm really proud of us for like actually building a life here and, you know, having something to be sad about leaving. Like, it's not, obviously the beauty here is incredible in nature and swimming and snorkeling and surfing, but in such a short amount of time to actually like make a life that has people that we are sad to say goodbye to, that makes me feel like really proud of putting ourselves out there and yeah, getting to know people here. But look at this road. It's just like, we've gotten to live in the middle of the jungle. Like, I don't know if I ever thought that that was gonna be a life for us. Okay, we made it to the airport. I just left Lou. Cried a little bit, but with the gate, it's crowded. Honestly, the airport is like crazy crowded right now, and it feels crazy to be getting on the plane. But I only have 45 minutes, and then I'm on my way. So I made it to Honolulu, and I have about an hour before my flight to New York. And I thought it might be fun to hang out together while I wait for my flight, and go through some of my like most cherished memories from the last 8 months on Hawaii, because this has been such a special time. And yeah, it's crazy that it's over. I'm really excited for this next chapter, but also, you know, it's important, I think, to reflect and really process what we've been through here in a good way. And I think the memory that first like comes to my heart is picking up Freya at the airport, like picking her up and having that first day, getting my first dog, and the joy that that dog has brought into our life. And she is on her way. Lou's gonna be taking her with him next week back to the East Coast. But yeah, the joy that that dog has brought into our life, like Freya has changed it so much for the better. And even though she's a total handful, it's been so special learning to train a dog and learning to care for a dog and just having that in our lives. And honestly, Freya has like been integral in us meeting so many of the people that we know on the island, because she was so cute when we first got her. Another thing that's been like so profound is honestly the relationships that we've made while we've been here. Our friends Sarah and Nick have like become such lifelong friends with us, and like getting to have Freya go play at their property with their dogs and just get to know people who are so passionate about growing their own food. And I don't know, it's really strange when you can connect with somebody like so quickly and feel like you've known them forever. And like with Mikalia too, for Lou to get to go surfing with her and with other friends out there. And there's so many more people that we don't have any footage of, because it's like when you start making friends, it's not like the first thing we do is like bring out a camera. But those are just like a couple of people that have like really changed our life for the better. And also like not on Maui, but on Oahu, our friends with the farm, Daniel and Alohi and their kids, truly like inspired us to want to like be close to family, because like seeing what they've created and the community they've created and how important family is to the success of their life and the success of their kids. And I don't know, just I want our baby to like know my mom and my dad and my brothers and Lou's whole family and our close friends and stuff from home too. And I think a lot of that was because Daniel and Alohi like showed us the power of family, and it resonated so differently because I was pregnant, and like it sat with me so differently. And to see their kids growing up on the farm and just like running around like crazy, and I don't know, it just gives me so much like joy to think about our future and what we're gonna build. And even though it keeps like evolving and changing, I think that that's something that we learned so much about on the ocean crossing, honestly, was that it's important to make plans, it's important to make goals, but it's also like really important to trust yourself and trust your instincts and follow your heart. And I'm just so grateful that we have a job that lets us do that, because we can decide like, okay, you know what, it does make sense for us to be near family and listen to our heart and go for it. So that's what we're doing. But the people that we've gotten to know here, yeah, have really changed our life for the better. Oh man, I made it home. I took a shower, I took a nap, and I just wanted to say that after like sharing all those memories and how special our time in Maui was, honestly, like the thing I'm like so excited about is really this next chapter. And it's like when things come to a close, it can be sad, but it also means that like something new is happening. And like we're about to have a baby soon, and we're really hoping that we can find some land up in the woods, not too far from family, and find land in the woods, but also find land that we can like actually make a farm and have a spot for this kid to grow up, and to have a spot that Freya can just run around. Like, so nice to find a home, but we're not quite there yet. So till then, we'll just live with my parents. And I'm just so grateful for this whole experience. So hope you enjoyed this. I know we're not trying to do any like shocking news with keep changing our life around, but this one feels good. It feels right. And that's all that matters. Is I just feel really grateful to be home safe and sound. And I want Lou and Freya to get here too.
So we were able to find a new home for Dana's beautiful desk and her chair. So those are gone now. My desk and monitor have gone to a good friend of ours who is starting a career as a social worker. So hopefully this will help her in her home office setup. The king bed frame was sold to a couple in Haiku. The futon out on the porch has also found a new home. Pretty much every single piece of furniture we own has been sold or given away to a good friend. All right, so we got one truck full of stuff, some gardening supplies, and different things that our friends Nick and Sarah are going to sell for us, or keep, or donate. Whew. Today begins the house cleaning process. We have our friend Sarah here helping me. She is a professional house cleaner. I can't say exactly whose house she cleans, but they're very famous, very wealthy, have a mansion on one of the nicest beaches,
Had clouds drifting away, leaving no shadows under. First step out of the maze, follow the path and wander. And we go with no illusions. And we leave all our conclusions. Remember, hope instead, the best is up ahead. Oh, living with no regret. Oh, we don't have to look back. Steady, not in a rush, letting the future unfold. Always anchored in trust, finding the strength to be bold. And we go with no illusions. And we leave all our conclusions.
All right, it is 5 p.m. I've been cleaning almost the entire day. Sarah left a little while ago, and things are finally looking clean. It's surprisingly hard, I feel like, to move out of a space without moving into another one at the same time, because like you still need a couple things, and this one makes things dirty pretty much the second you clean them. But I feel like it looks way better and we are in good shape. There's only one last thing to do, and that is to clean my beloved truck, Ghost, because we have decided to keep him. He's coming home with us. So I got to get the inside all clean, and tomorrow I will drop him off at the ferry terminal, because these old Toyotas are pure gold in my opinion, and I'm emotionally invested after painting him. I feel like it'll be hard to find a truck as good as this one. So I gotta vacuum. We've actually never vacuumed the car before in the 7 months or so that we've owned him, just because Freya makes everything so dirty. It feels like almost pointless to vacuum. But yeah, I'm gonna vacuum him. Tomorrow I'll take him to a car wash, and then hopefully we did all the paperwork correctly, and he will go on one of those giant shipping vessels that we saw out in the ocean when we were doing our ocean crossing. And in 4 to 6 weeks, we will have the truck again on the mainland. Just dropped off. Go! Woo! All right, so the truck is successfully on a boat, or at least getting ready to go on a boat, and I got a rental car for today to get me and Freya to the airport. It's actually the exact same car we first had when we moved here. For like 4 days we rented it before we bought our truck. And yeah, I cannot believe that everything worked with that truck drop off. The 2 Hawaiian women working there were just so nice, and everything went so smoothly. I like literally had nightmares about it last night because I was so nervous, but it's sorted. The only thing left to do now is get myself and Freya onto an airplane successfully, and then I will have moved everything we own back to the mainland. One of the very important rules for this flight is you have to have a dish with frozen ice water for your dog. But this is Hawaii, and it's like a couple hours till the flight, so I gotta bring this whole cooler to the airport. So sadly, the crate does not fit in the car assembled. So I'm gonna have to disassemble it and then load it into the car. All right, so it is 7:20 a.m. It's pouring rain here, but I got everything into the car, including Freya. So I think I'm just gonna take her for a walk and then try and like dry her off. My rain jacket is packed as well, so we're both just gonna get like wet and muddy, but there's like really no other way to do it. When it rains here, it rains, and I feel like she needs a walk before this flight, so. This will be Freya's last walk in Hawaii. We will definitely be back to visit all our friends at different points in time, but I don't know if this dog is ever going to be back on this island because it is a lot of work traveling with a dog. Free! Last walk in Hawaii for our little pup. Want to see something cool? Freya, heel. Good, heel. Freya, right. Good, right. Just finished our walk. I am soaking wet, super muddy, smell like wet dog. Don't have a change of clothes. So the person sitting next to me on the airplane is gonna have a funny time. So the footage I captured shows Freya making it from Hawaii to New York, which is ultimately the only thing that matters. But if you're thinking of bringing your pet to or from Hawaii, all I will add is that Hawaiian Airlines initially refused to allow Freya into cargo because they said her crate was too large, even though we had already confirmed the measurements with them a week in advance. Luckily, our dog trainer rushed to the airport with a new, smaller crate and a tape measure to prove it would fit. I got to skip every line in the airport just to make my flight in time. Freya spent 17 hours in her crate, with 2 of them on the tarmac in Honolulu with the planes driving past her. And then, to top it all off, the arrival facility in New York decided to keep her in her crate an additional 3 hours after we landed because no employees were around to fill out the one piece of paper she needed to get released. So yeah, not our best day, but her quality of life is about to get exponentially better.
So I just heard from Lou that he's landed at JFK, so fingers crossed my fam is okay. Oh, they made it. Honestly, I can't explain my relief to see these two. That was way, way, way too scary and stressful. But Freya's already adapting great. You know, she broke a water bowl, but we're good. So these are my parents' dogs' toys. Freya, you found a toy store. You found a toy store. A big thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this week's video. I've put together a post that goes into more detail about some of the other motivations behind our big move, which I'll link below. Squarespace allows you to combine text and images seamlessly, and I found that these blog entries are an awesome creative medium that allows me to tell complex stories more simply. If you'd like to start your own blog, website, or online store, head to squarespace.com/wildlyroam for a free trial and 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Thanks so much for watching this video. We'll see you next week with more big news.